What a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, let me get the light right in here, y'all. Um, let me get my lighting correct. My bad, y'all. Um, I just want to say it's not been the best stretch of 24 hours being a football fan, especially a Cowboys fan watching the Commanders, who have been a laughing stock, win a playoff game, watching Philly pretty much dominate. And what's up, everybody? Let me get the lighting right real quick. Can you guys hear me now? Is that better? That should be better. Good. Can I get thumbs up for good? Thumbs up. Still no sound? Yes. Okay, cool. What's up, Matt? Professor O, my good friend. One of my really draft savants. And I'll be getting back to the draft, y'all. But you know, covering this team, you got to give your thoughts on certain things. So let me set the table by saying this. I do not think that Mike McCarthy is a bad coach. I actually think he's a really a damn good coach. And I think that there are so many people who just like, yeah, man, you can coach, you can just coach in the league. It's like, nah, it's not that easy. If you've coached on any level, like, and you've done it competitively, like, you all know, you should know, like, man, this is not easy. Like, dealing with personalities and keeping it in order and doing certain things, um, it's just not easy. And so the news comes out today that the Cowboys are moving on from Mike McCarthy. Or, yep, thank you, MVP's Lounge. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. That the Cowboys are moving on from Mike McCarthy, and that the Cowboys couldn't reach a deal. So it's kind of like, oh, we wanted him. Nah, we didn't. We don't want him that much because we don't want to pay him. And this whole season was just a lame duck situation. Like, extremely lame duck, extremely just like, what's the point? Um, and so, you know, for me, I have thoughts. Like, I've been trying to digest the temperature of the NFC East. I've been talking to Matt, and it's like, bro, when you think about this team and their lack of plan, you also have to factor in that the teams around you are getting better. Like, this is no longer just your mom and pop Washington team. This is no longer just your mom and pop. I mean, hell, if the Giants do some things in the draft, they could be good because they did hit on neighbors, and we've seen teams turning around. And then you're also, like, I tweeted this, and you guys make sure you follow me on Twitter. Um, the scary thing, one of the more scarier things, is that, like, there are two really good teams in your division. So this could turn into the AFC North real quick, where it's like, hey, man, you better play good football. But it's hard to do that without a plan. And so I want to be very, very clear. Clip this up, send this, do whatever you do. I want to be extremely clear. I do not care that the Cowboys fire Mike McCarthy or are moving on from Mike McCarthy. I care that they don't have a plan. Mike McCarthy there's been times that his offense hasn't been great, and I love coaches. There's been times that his offenses haven't been great. He's known as a player coach, which means that he's probably not as hard on those guys. The Cowboys' penalties are always up. They've made some missteps when it comes to evaluations. Drafting Luke Schoonmaker. Mike has had his warts. He's also had a number one offense in the NFL. He's done some good. None of that at this point really even matters. But Mike, I don't think is the worst coach in the league. I also don't think he's one of the best coaches. But my point of this live is if you have no plan, you plan to fail. That's like, I don't mean to be this cliche, philosopher, but if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. Well, Foots, how you know the Cowboys don't have a plan? Well, they blocked the Bears from interviewing not only give Mike the job. So it's like, we like Mike. Well, if you like him, you let him coach this thing out and you give him 2 to 3 more years and you let him, you do what you did with Jason Garrett. You gave Jason Garrett 8 years or whatever it was. Do the same thing with Mike. Well, we don't like him that much because we don't want to pay him. And whatever details come out, cool. But my point is that now you not only have nothing, but you're behind the 8 ball. The Patriots, they knew immediately the day after that, they knew during the game, Gerard Mayo is not coming back in his locker room as a head coach. Sorry, tried it, didn't work, out of there. A couple days later, Mike Vrabel is the head coach of the Patriots. Let's roll. These other teams, they jumped on their window immediately. Let's roll. The Cowboys, nothing. No plan. No reasoning. No nothing. And that's the part that's scary. This video is brought to you guys by BetUS. BetUS has all your betting needs. College football was really good. I'll be watching some picks, some prospects in this championship game. The Ohio State kids, I'm really excited about that. NBA is picking up. College basketball is picking up. I guess we'll be watching more college basketball now. And obviously the NFL playoffs were really good. Well, yesterday's game was really good. The Eagles game was not good. The Bills game was kind of a dud. The Ravens game was kind of dud. And even the Chargers game was a snooze fest. So the playoffs were actually kind of boring. But if you feel how you feel about certain teams and you want to see good ball, you want to see these things, and you feel how you feel, BetUS can take care of all your betting needs. They also have a new casino where you could do certain betting things and, just make sure you guys bet responsibly. BetUS. Thank you for sponsoring this channel. You guys see the logo, BetUS. All right, let's get back to these high-level thoughts. So the thing that scares me is you have no plan as a team. You have no plan as an organization. The problem with having no plan is you're just doing stuff on the fly. And now you don't have a staff. Had Mike Zimmer, I doubt Mike Zimmer's coming back. Like, I think that with Mike McCarthy leaving, I think that Mike will just say, you know what, I'm out. And the heart's not really into it. And Micah kind of alluded to that. And so we now have to sign free agents. We have to get a staff. We have to install. We have to make sure that the staff and Dak are on the same page. We got to make sure that, like, all of these things, again, to the fans, to people who have never coached, it's just, hey, just plug said coach in, just learn his playbook. Just like on Madden. Hey, I want to use the Dolphins playbook today. So I'm going to just plug it. It doesn't work like that. You have to draft body types for your playbook. You have to draft body types for your scheme. You have to draft scheme fits for what you want to do. What coach is going to come in and say, I don't like Jake Ferguson. Oh, I don't want Jordan Lewis. I'm just giving examples. I don't. Mind you, Jordan Lewis is a free agent too, by the way. May follow Mike McCarthy wherever he's going. All of these things have to, you get what I'm saying to you? Like, that's just the very beginning. If you wanted cohesion, your best bet was probably to keep Mike McCarthy, but you don't. This is why I'm proposing you need to go get a young hot. I would do everything I can to get an interview with Marcus Freeman. I would. I do. If it's not Ben Johnson, I don't want a hot shot OC. I'm done. I want somebody watching the game, watching the temperament of the kids, of the players, and has a culture for these players. I don't care what candidate you bring me. I don't want a coach buried in their playbook. Listen, this was from the high school All-Star American game. These are all the plays. Guys can see it. All right. The OC, I was the quarterback's coach. The OC had me with one of these. All right. And I had to make sure that the quarterbacks were getting these plays in and spitting them out correct. It's so much, bruh. It's not just doing this, reading this, and keeping track of what's actually happening scheme-wise and getting stuff in. It's a lot. I don't want my head coach head buried in this, and he's trying to make sure that the team's attitude and ideas and vibe is good. Say what you want about the Eagles and Nick Sirianni. He gave up play calling. He's literally watching the game. Hey, let's make this adjustment. He's a CEO. I'm okay with that. Andy Reid gets away with it because Andy Reid has another head coach on the other side of the ball and Steve Spagnuolo. I do not want the hotshot OC. Everybody loved Mike McDaniels. Loved him. Everybody. Oh, Mike McDaniels. Guess what the Dolphins are? Soft. Guess what they are? Have no discipline. A team that's not playing for each other. Tyreek Hill and these guys are doing whatever they want to do. I don't want that. We all love Ben Johnson. We don't have a clue if Ben Johnson knows how to build a staff. We don't know if Ben Johnson knows how he'll act in moments. Ben Johnson is good because Dan Campbell hired him. He elevated him. Ben Johnson, guys, was a QC and the tight ends coach. He didn't come from the Shanahan tree. Dan Campbell said, this is who we want to be. We want to run the ball. We want to live in play action. I'm going to draft you linemen. Me and Brad Holmes, we're going to get you a running back. When everybody said don't get a running back, we're going to have a plan. And you're going to call plays within this plan. Now Ben Johnson is very successful. He's done a great job. But it falls within the framework of the head coach. Guess what? When Ben Johnson leaves, I guarantee you Detroit will still be good. Because the attitude and the mindset of that team comes from the head coach. I don't want the hotshot OC. I've said that for a long time. Now, there will be people who disagree with this, and that's fine. Cool. But tell me what's your plan. Because right now, the Joneses and the Cowboys don't have one. And that's what's frustrating. They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. You block the guy only to let him go? That's stupid. I'm actually wishing Mike a lot of success. Go be great. The other thing, I'll say it because nobody else wants to. We sure that this head coach is going to be in love with this quarterback? We just watched Kirk Cousins fall off a bridge. Just wasn't good enough anymore. Just couldn't play anymore. Atlanta gave him all this money. How do we know that's not Dak next? How do we know? How do we know that this next coach won't want to deal with putting in a scheme? Everything is Dak specific. We got to make things easier for Dak, blah, blah, and that's fine. I'm watching Jaden Daniels run around, make plays with his best player being Terry McLaurin, who's like the 9th, 10th best receiver in the league. Hello? How do we know? Fire Jason Garrett. Fire Scott Linehan. Moved on from Kellen Moore. Now you're moving on from Mike McCarthy. This will be his 5th offensive coordinator or offensive mind, Schottenheimer, because they're all gone. Get all of them out of here. That's why it's scary because guess what? You may have to go into a real rebuild. The positions at the top, quarterback, corner, all of these positions now have to be they need to be under a microscope. CD's safe. Micah's safe. Everybody else, I got to look and evaluate and see because that's how things should be done. That's how you build. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Just showing some love for us. It's nice to finally catch you live. Thank you, David J. And thank you, The Real Isaac. Sorry, guys. I hadn't even looked at any comments because I'm literally just ranting. But, You have a couple more athletes on this roster that are safe. Tyler Smith is safe. BB safe. I think everybody from this draft class is safe because, I mean, where are they going to go? But, I mean, hey, give Rawson credit. They looked at Emmanuel Forbes, said, nah, not good enough. They looked at, and see, this is why I always go back to the Chiefs. You know what the Chiefs did? I give Andy Reid. You have to think outside. You know what the Kansas City Chiefs did? They looked at Alex Smith and said, this is right after they made the playoffs. They said, man, you know what? I love Alex Smith. Love Alex Smith. Love, love, love. But I'm only going to get to a certain spot with Alex Smith. I'm only going to get to a certain spot with Alex Smith. Love him. But you know what they did? They drafted Patrick Mahomes. They drafted Patrick Mahomes. And they said, man, I can't get past the second round of playoffs with this type of quarterback. Love Alex Smith, good guy, says all the right things. Who does that sound like? Dak. Love Dak, says all the right things. But in games, he gets tight. He's gotten tight. I'm telling y'all right now, Washington can beat Detroit because Jaden Daniels is playing loose. He's just letting it rip, making every throw. But that's the pedigree of a second overall pick versus a fourth round pick. And I love Dak. I don't hate Dak. But now you're going on your fifth offensive coordinator. At a point, maybe it's not Dak. I'm just saying. Number one offense, you go in the Green Bay game, everybody was tight. That comes from leadership. You know why Washington's playing loose right now and everybody looks, you got Zacchaeus making plays. I mean, De'Ami Brown, great player. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's the quarterback. I'm just telling you. Get what I'm saying? Like, it's frustrating. No plan. And I said I was for sure Mike was back because I believed that Mike and Dak were tied. Now I just don't know. So we're gonna move on from Dak Prescott. I mean, excuse me, we're not moving on from Dak. We're gonna move on from. It's crazy. You talk about Atlanta. What did Atlanta do? Say, man, you know what? We like Kirk Cousins, but we're not gonna pass on Michael Penix. Good thing they didn't. You look at Kirk Cousins; he can't throw a ball 5 yards anymore. Came back from the Achilles, done. Kirk is done, cooked, out of there. Do you want to wait till that happens? Do we want to wait till that happens? I don't, because I'm telling you now, this team could be you bringing the wrong staff. Remember Mike Nolan? Oh, I'm gonna come in. We're gonna change it to a 3-4. Man, we was awful. Be a 3-4 win team. If you bring in the wrong staff, this could be a 3-4 win team. So now, all you guys who love Al Harris, gone. Hey, the linebackers played great. Gone. Gunther, gone. This is going to be a complete retooling of the staff because the next head coach is going to bring in his DC. I don't even know who it could be. I mean, I love the way that Zimmer coached this year. I'm looking at Dan Quinn's team. They still suck stopping the run. I'm just looking at the way our defensive line is fitting and playing. I love it. So, this is where we are. 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 Mm. 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 Yeah. So, no pity party. I agree, Jay Kelly. No pity party. Thank you for everybody in the chat. No pity party. Much love to everybody who continues to support me. But at the end of the day, I do feel like just with this team, it's just like, damn, you have no idea what's going on, and it makes it hard. I'm gonna continue to bring you guys draft coverage because that's what I love. That's what I'm gonna do. That's who I am. But at the end of the day, it does look like and it does feel like we have no plan and we're headed to purgatory. Well, we've been in purgatory, but now you're gonna live in purgatory because the division has gotten better. I don't see Washington taking a step back. Not with that quarterback. I don't see Philly with that O line. They'll be good for at least another 2 to 3 years. So, who do I want? I'll take questions now, guys. Who do I want? I told you Marcus Freeman is a name because I think he rallies the troop in such a major way. He rallies the troops in such a major way. So Marcus Freeman would be a name for me. I just want an innovative thinker as a head coach. So you guys let me know. It's your boy Foots as always. I just want to give my quick thoughts on it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Again, this is tough because high level, we don't have a plan. And so until we can get a plan, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough. All right. I love you guys. I see people are heading out. So sorry if I said anything to make you guys mad or, I don't do this. I don't do what I do to agree with everybody. I do this because it's just my thoughts. Again, guys, I will be giving you guys draft coverage. So like that's not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna always support this team. I know that there's people who will, man, I'm not invested. I'm invested. That's why I give passionate and emotional speeches. I'm like, dog, I'm invested. Like, this sucks. Like living in DC, y'all in Dallas, y'all good. Y'all in spots where you don't have to deal with nobody. I'm in DC. I gotta live with I literally have to live. I gotta live with Commanders fans. Like, and let me say this: it's not Dak disrespect. Stop that. Stop that. Dak, how's this Dak disrespect? This is not. I'm just speaking the facts. In big games, he gets tight. Tell me where I'm wrong. So it's not Dak disrespect. Like my whole thing is, I'm gonna just speak real. If you don't agree with it, go listen to somebody who's gonna tell you what you want to hear. That's fine. You can blame coaches only for so long. So anyway, I love you guys, man. I love you. I love you. I love you. More content will be on the channel, but I love you guys. I just want to say that. I love you. I love you. I love you guys. Peace.